All right, so what we are going to be doing today is checking brake stroke on this Peterbilt right here. So the thing about brake stroke, and I'm just going to kind of find a place to put my camera because I don't feel like pointing it at my face, because I know y'all don't want to just stare at my face the whole time. So we're just going to go right here and look at these tires. So the thing about brake stroke is it's important because basically what it's doing is it's telling you how much room you have in between the brake shoe and the brake drum. The more space you have, the farther down you have to push the pedal, and the more everything has to move in order to actually get the brakes to apply. And the more you have is, for the most part, worse because you're running out of leverage and actual movement within the air cylinders to push the brakes out against the drums. But if you don't have enough, then you're going to have dragging brakes, and if you lift the truck and try to spin the tire, nothing's going to move because the shoes are already against the drums, which will cause excessive heat and wear to your brake drums and shoes. So checking your brake stroke, which on this truck right here should be in between 1.5 and 2 inches. Basically just make sure you have the proper amount of and that the brakes will properly and safely apply on the truck. So we're going to be doing that in a second after these guys are done. So I will see y'all in a couple minutes. Alright, so this right here is actually what we're checking when we're looking at brake stroke. This is the brake drum. This is the brake shoe friction material on the actual metal part of the shoe. And if I can get you to see up here, the friction material is actually riveted to the shoe just to get a more mechanical connection along with the normal glue it's held on with. And right here, this is our brake air cylinder. So this part is actually the spring brake. Whenever you apply air with the parking brake, what are you doing? Air pushes this spring back to release the brake, and then when you turn the truck off, you pull out
what did it do? Hickey right there?
Go away. You pull out the parking brake button, air goes out of here, and the spring applies. And then whenever you push the brakes, air goes into here, and this pops out, twisting an S-cam in here, which is just an SP-shaped metal that spins both of these outwards so they come in contact with the drum. So we're gonna go ahead and check brake stroke here in a minute. So I will be back. All right, so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna check brake stroke. So if you wanna come over here real quick. So as I said a second ago, this is what we're actually checking. This push rod right here comes out of the cylinder, and we already have it marked with some chalk. We're gonna use that back line and not that front line because it's more accurate. And as our driver pushes the brakes, this will slide out, and we measure how much it slides out. And if it slides out too much, that means there's too much travel in here, and it could be possibly unsafe in a certain scenario. And if there's not enough, that means we're probably dragging the brakes, which will cause excessive heat and wear. So we're gonna go ahead and put our tape measure right up here, and we can also measure from the center of this pin right here, but we're gonna do it just from this chalk because it's kind of easier. Down! Down! All right, so this line right here, we are at about 1 inch and, what is that, 1 inch and 9/16, which is pretty good. Off! And now we're gonna go ahead and move over to this back one over here, do the same thing. And it's pretty much the same for every single brake cylinder you're gonna do, front, back. It's just different size and different types have different travels or strokes. And this one again is 1.5 to 2 inches. So this one we're gonna go ahead and measure from the center pin right here. So right now the center of the pin is at 3 and pretty much 3 7/8. So down, down. And now we are at 4 and just under 4 5/8, 4 9/16, something like that, which is pretty much right at 1.5 inches. So both of these are pretty good. We're not gonna check the other two because I don't wanna take the time to do that because they're exactly the same as these. And the front is the same as well, except to check the front, you would do it with the truck on the ground, and you just pop open the hood because they're sitting right off the front axle. So that's gonna be it for today. So I will see y'all later.